I feel like we did that pretty well, actually, that time.
My clap
It
was
felt pretty good to me.
I missed. I only got like a half hand, so mine was not really great, but it's fine.
No, but we were synchronized. We all got the clap at the same time.
I don't understand. You missed your own hand?
Not entirely.
I just love like this.
I just kind of, I didn't do like a palm on palm. It was like a half palm on a half palm, and so it didn't
So
really.
you half missed your hand.
I wouldn't say I missed my hand. I just did not hit as much of my hand as I might have otherwise wanted to.
Because you
So
missed
you were
part
trying
of
to
it.
you were trying to make your palms hit together, and you weren't using your fingers at all to clap.
No, who uses their fingers to clap? It's all palm.
I mean, it is mostly in the palm.
Yeah.
I don't know if we lost him.
No, but you get
No, I'm here.
no. You put some fingers on the palm.
No,
Oh,
no.
you do the
You don't
golf
go
clap.
palm to palm.
No, they go, but your palms like cross, so there's not a
Yeah,
lot
my
of finger
fingers
on
are
finger.
perpendicular to each other when I
Well,
clap.
No,
You
but
could al-
but there's a
You could
yeah,
do
there's a-
almost. You could do the seal clap where your hands are like matched up.
Yeah,
like,
I don't clap like a
you know,
seal.
synchronized so your fingers hit as well instead of doing the cross.
Right, if you were a seal.
Hello?
Yes.
No, but like if
think
you're
I lost
only
all you guys again.
clapping your
Yeah.
if you're only clapping your palms, it's
You
like
guys
a
hear
bear
me?
clap. But when you clap, you hit like your
Hello?
palm with half of your palm and half of your
Yes,
fingers,
Bobby.
right?
Exactly.
You're back.
Just like that.
I was gone for
Or
a
you do the
second.
golf clap, which is just your fingers.
Right.
Are you guys
But
still
don't
there?
Clap palm to palm. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, no, I know
Losing
what I'm
you
talking
guys.
Yes,
about
you
because
do.
your
What
fingers
is
kind
the-
of
what is
curl
going
over
on
your
here?
hand.
That's how a regular person claps.
No, you don't. Ricky, is this how
You guys
clap?
hear me?
All of our listeners,
Yeah,
please
there's
tune in,
fingers
chime
involved.
in, let us
Thank
know how
you.
you clap.
Hey, welcome back to Even More Mashed Up. We are the pop culture podcast by two professors. I'm Alan.
And I'm Patrick, and happy solstice! Because we're taping this on December 21st. Four
And yet
days.
nobody will be listening to it.
I know, but I feel like we need to set up the fact that it's our Christmas episode, because this is our Christmas episode.
Oh, I
This is
thought
our
you.
Christmas episode?
Yeah, this is our Christmas gift exchange. Gift is in quotes, if you couldn't tell.
Oh, and Bobby's here, so that's good to know.
yeah,
And
Bobby's
Rich
here.
is here too, I think.
Yeah,
See?
I'm
There
here.
you go.
Richie BDM.
Yes.
Not as important as the random guest star, but sure.
Well, I mean, they are the guest
Well-
star. That does kind of give them a certain amount of importance.
Yeah. Star, even.
Yeah, I was gonna say just the star at all by itself is fairly.
Well, I mean, if we had the...
Patrick, I thought you had a whole bunch of song puns lined up, Patrick.
What?
I mean, I'd be very happy if he didn't.
I don't remember that. I had song puns?
Really? Yeah, I said this is the topic we're gonna do, and you started sending song puns.
Okay, but that was like weeks ago. You think I remember that?
Well, you seem to, because you remember it was weeks ago.
Well, I remember it now.
But instead, you went with solstice.
Yeah, because I felt...
So you do
Look,
remember.
originally this was going to be our...
It did happen.
In my defense, this originally was going to be just a show on one certain topic that allowed me to make my various song puns. But now it's evolved into our
Yes.
Christmas gift exchange, so it's really only the second half of the show that is relevant to my song puns. And thus, if I made them now, it would make no sense.
Got it. So why don't you give your gift to me first?
Actually,
Then we can move to your
instead
song
of that,
puns.
I feel like we need to explain the Christmas gift exchange,
No.
Okay,
in
please
which
do.
Alan and I have each brought a topic to discuss that the other person had to do no work for. And thus it is our gift to each other.
And yet we both
And
had
also
to
to
do
Rich
work
and
for
Bobby.
the show, thus kind of.
We did it. It's really more
if
of
we
a
both
gift
had to do
to...
work for the show.
Yeah. Well, really, I guess it's more of a gift to Rich and our special guest star, Bobby.
Yes,
Mm.
and the listeners too.
Well, I think every podcast is a gift to the listeners.
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
That's a fair point,
Yes.
and a generous one at that. So, Patrick, what do you have for me today?
I have, as a follow-up to our last episode where we talked about the inductees for the Toy Hall of Fame for this year, I, of course, have the results that were announced. The actual people that were inducted, or toys that were inducted into the Hall of Fame.
So we talked about the nominees last time,
Correct.
and now we will talk about the inductees.
Correctamundo. And
it.
just as a reminder, so the nominees for the Toy Hall of Fame this year were Baby Nancy, the first African-American doll, Bingo, the Breyer horses, Jenga, Light Bright, Masters of the Universe, My Little Pony, Risk, Sidewalk Chalk, Sorry, Tamagotchi, and Yahtzee. Now here's where it gets interesting, because in the last show, we made various picks of what three would get in.
Interesting?
It does. So, because I have a question, because there's a very important question for you, Alan.
Yes.
Is you made two sets of picks. You had your things that should get in versus what you thought would get in.
That sounds vaguely familiar.
And you said that you would never comment on the Toy Hall of Fame again if what you referred to as the triumvirate of evil get in, which were the ones that you thought would get in.
Which ones?
So that was one of those was Light Bright, right? Because it turns creativity into pre-programmed robotic little kids.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, your
Hey, wait a minute. You let me play with a Light Bright when I was a kid.
He also can't teach. He also didn't teach you how to clap right.
Yeah, exactly. So I've made mistakes. You can't clap, and you trained by a Light Bright.
Yes.
So was He-Man another one?
Yes.
Was He-Man in the patriarchy? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that was
Light Bright was capitalism. Masters of the Universe was patriarchy, and then there was one more.
Oh boy! Now Bobby, definitely, I never introduced him to He-Man, so that's a win for me as a parent.
Yeah.
God, what was the third one?
The third one you objected to because of war.
Oh, Risk.
Yes.
Duh. Yeah.
Which honestly, I think war could be glorified. I think war could use some more glorification.
Yeah. So
I'm sure you do because you're an American. Rick.
I think if you've ever played Risk, you know that it doesn't glorify war.
So those are the ones you thought would get in, and then you remember which ones you said should get in.
Probably Nancy.
Yes, that was one of them.
Probably Nancy.
Definitely Sidewalk Chalk.
Yes.
Because it's basically the opposite of the Light Bright.
Yeah, and then boy, what was the third one I picked? Was it Yahtzee?
It was not Yahtzee.
Okay, it wouldn't have been Jenga. There's no way I picked Jenga.
It was not Jenga.
I don't think.
And it was not Bingo.
It was not Bingo.
And I doubt it would have been the horses. My Little Pony.
And it was not the horses. Those horses were appalling.
It was not the horses.
And
I can't remember what's left on the list.
That's because you didn't actually pick a third one. You only picked two.
Oh, excellent.
Wow. We just blindly trust whatever you say.
So you said
nonetheless.
So you said Baby Nancy and Sidewalk Chalk should get in. You said Risk, Light Bright, and Masters of the Universe will get in. Now,
which I still believe they did.
Now, which one of those picks do you want to actually count?
Oh, I thought all three of them had to get in. I'm going to say...
No, but in terms of which, because all of us made predictions, and some of us were more accurate than others. But in order to determine that, I need to know which set you want to count.
Oh, the one that should.
Do you want me to count who you said should get in, or the ones that will get in?
Oh man, you always make me pick, and no matter what I pick, I'm going to look like a fool. So clearly, I'm going to go with the ones that I think are going to get in, not the ones that should get in.
Okay.
Not an idealist, huh?
So Risk, Light Bright, and
Masters of the Universe.
He-Man.
Okay. He-Man. So those are Alan's picks. Rich, do you remember what your picks were?
I think mine was Chalk as well, and then I think it was...
You started with Chalk, and then you ultimately shifted off of Chalk.
Way to go,
I mean,
Rich.
I have no concept of memory.
Yeah, so Rich's picks... Rich's picks were Risk, My Little Pony, and Tamagotchi.
Yeah, because I thought those are the ones that would
Yes.
get in.
And my picks were...
I think My Little Pony's a good call.
So, my picks were...
Again, I agree there's ones that should get in, but I think those are the ones that will get in.
My picks were Baby Nancy, Sorry, and Yahtzee.
Oh, because you liked Sorry.
Maybe Yahtzee.
I do like Sorry. That was a fun game. So, one of us
Awful game.
did much better than the others.
Interesting.
Because one of us got one of the 3 right. The other 2 got 0 out of the 3 correct.
Man, we didn't even match up except
Well,
that
Nancy obviously made it, right?
Nancy got
Nancy
in.
did not get it. Oh, really?
Yes, Baby Nancy got in.
Wow.
Come on, that's a softball.
I don't know. Because again, remember, Nancy existed for every other year beforehand and it didn't get in.
It got in.
Oh, okay.
wasn't
Well,
like
I have done no such research.
But yeah, so Baby
But I'm saying
Nancy
it's not the
got
first time
in.
they've done this, so like...
Sidewalk
got in, Patrick?
Sidewalk Chalk got in.
Oh,
See,
excellent.
that's just a mineral.
And I think this is going to
No, but-
probably upset
no.
Alan a little bit.
Wait, just time out. When Bobby says it's just a mineral, you know what I say to Bobby? You're such a light, bright kid. That's such a light, bright
Yeah,
answer.
but not by choice. You forced it
You
on him.
realize that, like, you don't have to follow the directions on a light bright. You can do whatever you want.
But
I don't
Patrick
want to
made
hear
clear
such
he always
blasphemy.
does.
Hey,
on
we
this
were talking
podcast.
about Bobby.
Well, of course, Patrick
We're talking
did.
about Bobby here, okay? Let's just keep the focus on Bobby. It's not important.
and don't shift that focus anywhere else.
We all know he's a toy instruction follower, but
Exactly. So what's the third one that got in, Patrick?
Jenga.
Oh, you know what? To hell with the Toy Hall of Fame, man.
Well, no, you said to hell with the Toy
Jenga
Hall
is
of
not
Fame if your Triumvirate of Evil got in. It did not get in.
No, I
So,
understand we have to do it again, but let me
Yeah.
say, Jenga is not a game. Jenga is a torture device.
yeah. Now, see, here's what I don't understand, Alan. In terms
And
of
it's
your
a safe-
rage
it's a boring
against the
option.
Toy Hall of Fame, is
Yes.
both of your should get in got in.
Yeah, but so did Jenga.
Yeah,
Yes.
but still, that's 2 versus 1. Like,
Yeah,
that's
but-
better than... Those are pretty good
Yes.
odds. Or pretty good
Rich.
results.
Rich, if they put
Yeah.
waterboarding in next year, would you be like, well, that's cool because they got Jenga this year?
Well, what are the...
Like, that's ridiculous.
What are the
That's-
other 2 options?
like-
I mean, if the other 2 options are peace and, prosperity, then
The-
sure,
the-
I'll take a little bit of waterboarding.
whoa, whoa.
You are on the slippery moral slope, my friend. Like,
That sounds like the Bush administration Toy Hall of Fame.
I think it's more the it's more
I am
the
sliding down
Dick
that
Cheney
slope
Toy
on a
Hall of Fame.
snowboard.
that's what I think that was Bush's slogan when he ran for re-election: peace,
Yeah.
prosperity, and
I think
waterboarding.
Peace, prosperity, and a little bit of
the Dick
waterboarding.
Cheney Hall of Fame, I think, is
wow.
probably waterboarding and operation because of how many heart attacks he's had.
Yeah, I knew where you were going with that. That's a good one.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a good one.
So, it feels to me like they're playing pretty fast and loose with what a toy is. Like, is a game a toy?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, don't get us going, Bobby.
Yeah,
You've been talking about this for
yeah.
5 years.
I mean, it
But,
used to
yeah,
be
a
just
game
ball,
is a
and
toy.
I could be on board with that. But I don't think a game is a toy.
Well,
But
the problem
there's so
is
many games in there.
they don't have just ball in the Hall of Fame. They have different kinds of
I
balls.
know, but
No, they have.
They got
but
no,
they should have
they got
stopped at
that.
ball. But they should have stopped at
ball is
ball.
they have
Everybody should stop at ball.
they have ball, and then I think
Yeah.
they also have other kinds of balls.
Well, they have like
Oh.
wiffle ball, and they have like even there's a Nerf
It's very
one or something,
confusing
right?
because they
Like,
have
there's a Nerf-
Matchbox cars, but also Hot Wheels. But those aren't like mushed together into
Yeah,
a category.
and those are, but like
So-
yeah,
Wow.
and like you could just have mini toy cars or something.
Like it raises the question.
Wait a
Who
minute.
at the Toy Hall of Fame has taken
Like
bribes?
here's the question.
I was going to say, do you guys understand? That's what's going on here. That the toy
Right.
industrial complex has created a toy Hall of Fame
Mm-hmm.
that just creates publicity for them every year, and we're amplifying it with our platform.
Or
Yeah.
we're like a parasite feeding off of them to engorge ourselves.
I don't.
Well, it
feel
could be
engorged,
both.
However,
Well, not really.
I think it's hard
Was
for
that
Vicky to hear
Vicky?
only my part of the conversation and feel like this is an appropriate show.
Yeah, well,
Nothing but balls and engorgement.
yeah, well, then
Yeah.
those do kind of go
Yeah.
together in some circumstances.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, wow. I think we've kind of played your
So-
gift out pretty
Yeah, there
quickly,
you go.
Patrick.
There you go. See, but you thought we weren't going to get
Well-
very far on that. But it's important to note that I won the competition.
Yes.
Is
Well,
that important
It's
to know?
important to me.
Let it.
Hey, everyone, clap. Clap, everybody.
Well, except for Patrick, we don't want him to hurt himself.
I'll be fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it would be
He might slap himself
It
in his
would
own
be-
face.
Yeah, he might break his
it
jaw.
would be tacky for me to applaud for myself. That would be tacky. That would be very tacky.
Patrick, what if we could send you a mega corporation produced instruction booklet on how to clap? Like from Lego, would
No,
that help?
no. I'm doing more of a DiCaprio
Okay,
clap
or-
there. I would say it's probably closer to my clap.
Light bright instructions on how to clap?
Not a Steve
the
Harvey
DiCaprio
clap.
No, the DiCaprio
Yeah.
clap is the correct clap. That was the whole point.
Okay, I missed that whole conversation. That was
You're
when I
just
was.
saying that because
That's when I
he's
was
wearing a
down
suit.
again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well-
You missed the whole thing.
Patrick, my first gift to you is that we did the intro for you today.
Yeah.
What do you mean you did the
I
intro?
mean, we might have been spinning off of your inability to clap, but it led to a great
Like we
conversation.
had a bad intro before you left, and then we have a new one. That's
Oh, is this when I was out again?
about clapping?
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
But Patrick, I have an even better gift for you today.
Uh-huh.
What's better than the Toy Hall of Fame, you ask?
Hawkeye?
The new online sensation, Cameo.
Word up.
What?
I thought you would deliver
Why?
that with a little
Why
more
would you-
enthusiasm, Patrick.
Oh, that was very enthusiastic.
So, Patrick,
That was-
are you
oh.
familiar with Cameo?
Only vaguely in that they referenced it on the Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, because they paid Steve Gutenberg to tape a whole bunch of things.
So, well, then you understand Cameo. Essentially,
Apparently,
what you can do
yeah.
on Cameo.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I'm eating Hoisin sauce.
So on Cameo, you can eat Hoisin
So-
sauce? Okay.
No, what you do is you go onto the interweb
Mm-hmm.
and you go to Cameo, which has the worst search engine that's ever been created for a website.
I don't know. Have you used the one for our
You can
bookstore?
look up.
Mhm.
Fair point.
Mm-hmm.
You look up celebrities who are willing to sell an electronic message they will make for you or your friends.
Mm-hmm.
So, like Steve Gutenberg,
Right.
there's a guy you might hire. I've put together a list that runs about 2.5 pages. Wow, I did not know that Steve Gutenberg was an ass, but it's good to know, Vicky.
Okay. Let's hope he doesn't
Wow.
listen to this and
You hit on
sue
who?
us.
Oh, he hit on Vicky's uncle's fiance right after they got engaged. That's Steve Gutenberg? Unbelievable. He's not a nice guy. He will go after your fiance, fellas, so look out. I'm
Anyway,
getting only silence on that one. Anyway, so I find Cameo fascinating for two reasons that I think we can talk about. Number one, getting back to sort of the light bright kind of approach. It is fascinating to me in America that you can go on Cameo and literally determine somebody's worth down to the dollar.
Mm.
They literally, we can compare different celebrities and know exactly what they're worth.
Well, but wait a
Two,
minute. How
Patrick, I
are
know
the
that you
prices?
love guessing
But
games.
how are the prices determined? Like, is it based on, like, how many people are buying
Well-
them? Is it just like the?
Yeah, I have two answers to that, Patrick.
Okay.
Number one, I don't know.
Okay.
Number two, as far as I can tell, celebrities set it themselves, but we are in America, so one assumes the free market starts to create
Right.
some pressures that determine what people can get.
Oh yeah. Well,
so I think
that's
it's a
The
little bit
invisible
of you
hand.
it's you setting your own price, but you trying to find that point where
Yes.
you can make enough money to make it worth your while as a B-list celebrity, and being so low that you're just embarrassing yourself.
So wait, you're saying there are no A-list celebrities on this?
Oh,
I
there's
will not
plenty
say
of
that.
A-listers.
Well, I don't know about that, Bobby, but
to a point,
so what?
you could argue that a lot of A-list people would have more financially, like, profitable things to do in this time, like
Rich,
other TV shows.
if you're
or
going to say some of the
sponsorships.
people, if you're going to say that some of the people I'm about to list do not have other economic options, I think you're probably pretty dead on, actually. So here's what we're going to do, Patrick.
Right.
I'm going to give you a couple just to kind of norm so you can get a sense of like what the site looks like.
Okay.
Then we're going to do a guessing game.
Excellent.
We'll pit you against the guest star to see who can come closest.
Wait.
We'll let Rich keep score.
Hasn't the guest star already looked at all of this with you?
He has not
I
seen
looked at
any of
some.
those that
Yeah.
we're going to do. We were looking at Cleveland Indians and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, well,
I just know that
Cleveland
JaVale
baseball
McGee is too expensive.
Right. So, Patrick, just to get started,
Yes.
if you wanted to get, say, a 2-minute recorded message wishing your sister happy birthday or
Wait, which sister?
pretending like this guy was your... wishing your sisters Merry Christmas. I don't want to create any family rifts
Well,
here.
no, it would depend
How much would you...
which sister it is would depend on what would be the most appropriate star.
Okay, but I'm going to give you the star.
Okay.
You're going to have to tell me how much you think the said star is charging.
Gotcha.
And I'm going to start with the biggest star on the website that I can find. David Hasselhoff. What do you think a David Hasselhoff message is going to run you?
Well, are we talking about in the context of getting that message for my sisters? Because that would be nothing, because they would not want to hear from David
Oh
Hasselhoff.
my god.
Oh, for God's sake, no. It's how much do you think David Hasselhoff charges for his time, Patrick? I know that you're a literalist. You were raised on spirograph and light bright. So we'll get rid of any kind of sophistication and we'll ask you only the direct black and white question.
Okay. See, but here's the question,
How much do you think David Hasselhoff can charge?
See, this is
how much can David Hasselhoff charge?
See, this is the difficult part of
Cameo.
this is the difficult part to answer because you have to juggle David Hasselhoff's worth versus David Hasselhoff's perception of his worth, which I feel like those two things.
Well, if it wasn't difficult, it wouldn't be a very good podcast, would it?
Thank you very much, Bobby.
But see,
frankly,
I like things that are very structured and the end result is pretty much guaranteed.
We know.
But Patrick, it's more than just that in the complexity of David Hasselhoff because you have to factor into his price Knight Rider,
yes,
and
Baywatch, yes,
and German pop.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, if it's for a German audience,
in the
people are
original
willing to pay more.
SpongeBob movie,
right?
I will say he
that's
charges.
Why this game is so good.
I will say he charges $10,000.
$10,000? Okay, Patrick, let me be clear to you. Nobody on Cameo charges $10,000. You are.
I believe the max amount people charge is $999.
I've seen somebody for $1,000.
Okay,
yeah,
see,
that's about like.
That would be important to know that there is apparently a max.
Well,
you got that one wrong.
Number one, we've already got a good laugh at you out of the gig, so it's okay. But yes, on a scale of 0 to about 1,000, what do you think David Hasselhoff commands?
Oh, Hasselhoff is commanding. Well, he wants to command 1,000. I don't know if he's getting it.
But what is he? So
1,000.
What's your answer then?
Okay, so you're saying 1,000.
okay.
Yep.
Rich, you want to take a guess at this one? Bobby's already seen it, I think.
No, I looked it up because I was curious, so I'm not going to answer.
So-
I'm not looking up anymore. I just wanted to...
Patrick, just so you know, David Hasselhoff is asking $499.
Really? Okay. Oh, that's a shocker.
And you can find on the website samples if you ever want to go listen to what he's doing.
Oh, okay.
So, all right. So, to just kind of like knock around the ballpark a little
Okay.
bit, how about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
Ooh. Wow. $750.
I don't...
$750. Well, now, why do you think Kareem is worth $750, or why do you think that's the price?
That's about what I thought.
I mean, he is a
Oh my God.
legend.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is?
Excuse
I missed
me?
that. What did Rich say?
He doesn't know Kareem
Its name sounds
Abdul-Jabbar.
familiar, but I don't...
Jesus
The
Christ.
name sounds familiar, but I don't...
Yeah, just do a quick Google on that, Rich.
Yeah.
All
right. So,
well, I mean, I feel like Kareem is probably Kareem, number one, would probably be worth 1,000, but he's a Jesus.
Oh, he's a
Christ.
basketball player.
He's a basketball player.
Yeah.
Yeah, sports. I won't know anyone.
So I could.
So Patrick, you were saying
Kareem could command 1,000, but I don't think he'd actually demand that. So 750 seems about reasonable. I wouldn't be surprised if he's lower because he's just a very humble individual.
Yeah, you guys need to split the difference. He's $500.
Ah, so close.
Ah,
All right, I've
That's
got
a
two
steal.
more.
I gotta say
Kareem.
that is, yeah. I mean, you're telling
It
me
is-
he's $1 more than Hasselhoff? That's ridiculous.
so
Right,
That-
right. The Kareem is
so
worth a
has
Hasselhoff
anybody-
is
Yeah,
insane.
Yeah, he's at least
Wait,
two
wait,
Hasselhoffs.
Ha-
You guys are thinking about it wrong.
does anybody have any points
There's
yet?
3 Hasselhoffs.
Like nobody's won.
But there's
correct?
3 Hasselhoffs. Knight Rider,
What do you mean there's three
Baywatch.
Hasselhoffs?
German pop
Oh.
star. Like he's got multiple audiences. All right, 2 more to set,
Wait,
and then
so
we begin the
There's
competition.
Bucks Kareem and there's Lakers
And don't forget,
Kareem.
there's also Kareem that was in that Bruce Lee movie.
But it's really
Yeah.
Lou Alcindor, who is Bucks Kareem. And then it's Lakers Kareem, right? And Bucks Alcindor?
Yeah, but can you find El
You've
Sindor
also,
on
you've also
Cameo?
got, post basketball career Kareem.
Well, there you go.
Well, right, you got he was an Airplane, for instance.
Yeah, exactly.
Which probably helps.
And he was in that Bruce Lee movie, Enter the
Right.
Dragon or something.
So the next one to set,
Okay.
Roseanne Barr.
Oh, jeez. Ugh.
Yeah, right. I want you to get a range here.
But this, I mean, again, like she should be. I would put her.
$4.99.
How much?
So basically a Hasselhoff.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
say
okay.
she probably
From
charges.
now on-
I'm gonna say she charges like 800, but she should nowhere be charging that much.
Okay. Bobby?
Yeah. So, I think I'm about with Patrick on this one, but I also feel like she might need the money a little bit.
You guys are
So
That's why
Yeah.
I went lower. is
you
that.
guys are
I'm
you guys
tempted
are,
to say
Wanted to go ask for
350.
lower.
you guys are desperately high. Roseanne is at $200.
Really?
Really?
Oh, I was pretty
That kinda
close
surprised
then.
me.
Wow.
I mean,
I think
Well,
that
you were still
you
double.
know, I was trying to decide on Roseanne. Her sort of right-wing turn into lunacy
Mm-hmm.
probably devalued what she could get. And yet on the other hand, you would think like for the MAGA folks that the number would be higher.
Exactly,
So,
that's-
like,
yeah.
she's a conundrum.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You're only
All right.
targeting real fanatics on
Yeah.
Cameo.
Fair enough. All right, here's the last one that's just a warm-up,
Okay.
and then we begin.
All right.
All right. How
Ah.
much do you think Larry Wilcox is asking for?
Is that another basketball
Anybody know
player?
Larry Wilcox?
Yeah.
50
I'm not.
bucks.
No.
Larry Wilcox.
Okay, Larry Wilcox.
50
Larry
bucks.
Wilcox was the guy that starred on Chips.
Oh, he was John,
He was
not Punch.
John, so he was not. He was like the less popular Chip.
Yeah.
So what do you think, Patrick? I thought you'd like Larry Wilcox as kind of a throwback.
Yeah,
to your youth.
I'll say 350 for Larry Wilcox.
Interesting. Rich,
I'm gonna say. Ooh, sorry.
50.
how much? Rich, 50.
Yeah.
Okay.
$95.
Rich is the closest. It was $40.
Oh, that's a steal.
Wow.
It
Is
is
it?
really.
For people,
Hey,
of,
Patrick,
for people of a certain generation. Yes.
Al,
I don't
Hmm.
want to say what you're getting for Christmas, but I feel like I did pretty well for you, Patrick. If you think $40 is a steal for Larry Wilcox.
Yeah.
All right, now the competition begins. Are you ready?
Alan, what's a win? How close does somebody have to be to win? Or is it just the closest?
I think it should be the closest, but is it like the Price is
Okay.
Right, where if you go over, the only way
I mean, we can do that if you
now
want.
we'll just say whoever's closest.
Or they have to be close.
You got to be within $50.
Okay.
If you're not within $50, nobody wins.
Okay. So like Roseanne, then we will
Right.
all lost.
So here's how the
because
game
I think
works.
Even
It's
Bobby was
Rich
at like $3.99
Versus
okay.
Bobby, versus Patrick,
Mm-hmm.
versus, everybody lost.
Okay.
All right, so number one on the challenge,
Mm-hmm.
80s teen pop sensation,
Oh.
Debbie
I'd
Gibson.
say, is it Tiffany or Debbie Gibson? Oh, boy.
I did not get Tiffany's numbers. I should have, now that you say that.
Do I know any Debbie Gibson songs?
Electric Youth?
Don't
Yes,
think I
Electric
do.
Youth. Well, that was the name of the album too. Was there Lost in Your Eyes?
There's a song on Electric Youth.
Called Electric Youth, yes.
Yeah.
Lost in Your Eyes?
Electric Youth is a song too.
Yes,
that would be a great metal cover.
It's also the name of the album.
Someday I will do a cover of that particular song.
Okay.
All right. So what are your guesses for an 80s teen pop sensation? Debbie Gibson.
I want to go with 250.
Rich says 250. Why do you say that, Rich? Is it just nostalgia?
Because I think anyone from the 80s, if they were popular in the 80s, they're going to carry over just with the age group that's going to be using. I mean, obviously a lot of young people might be using Cameo, and they're not going to care too much. But like, I think like Hasselhoff, there's enough of nostalgia and just fame from the 80s that I think it's going to carry over into that.
Seems fair.
But not
All
a lot.
Rich says
So, like, not like
Rich says 250.
like, yeah.
Bobby.
I'm thinking more like 120.
Okay, so you don't think she's got a lot of staying power. She was huge in the 80s. But fair.
Yeah, in the 80s.
In the
All right.
80s. Yeah.
Patrick.
I'm going to
40
say
years
I'm
ago.
closer to Bobby, I think. So I'm going to say 150.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
I got to
too
be
high.
honest with you. Rich nailed it almost to the cent.
Really?
Debbie Gibson checks in at $249.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Is like the 9 like a special thing with Cameo? Like people don't do like the 100, they do 99
There's a
or
mix.
they do 249?
There's kind of a mix,
Yeah.
I would say.
No, you do the 99, so you make people
All right.
think you're getting the deal.
All right.
Because it's not 250, it's 249.99.
Right.
Yeah, I just didn't know we were still
Exactly.
doing that. I thought that was
Yeah,
the first
capitalism
cause.
hasn't changed.
Apparently not. All right. So, sticking with the 80s theme, Nicole Eggert.
Oh.
Nicole Eggert first made her fame on the sitcom Charles in Charge,
Yes.
which was the big Scott Baio sort of I'm leaving Happy Days and I'm striking out on my own
Mm-hmm.
show. And then she later had a turn on...
She was on Baywatch, wasn't she?
Baywatch.
Yeah. Yeah, she was on
Yes.
Baywatch. Yep.
All right, so Bobby, you go first this time. Nicole Eggert.
Okay. Nicole Eggert.
Yeah?
I'm wondering how much value Baywatch carries.
Well, that's a question. I mean, Baywatch was huge for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
there was a
right.
movie-
So I'm thinking
But you've also got Debbie Gibson.
$220.
$220, says
Yeah,
Bobby.
I think
All right.
I think $220.
All right. Patrick.
I'm going to say $399.99.
Woo!
Wow,
Ooh.
$399.
For Charles in Charge?
You think she's going to pull more than Debbie Gibson? Interesting. Rich.
I'm going to go way low. I'm going to go 50.
Rich says $50.
I think it's been just far too
You might be
long.
onto something there. Like, if you're a Baywatch fan, you're going to go for Hasselhoff. Charles in Charge, you're going to get Baio.
And that's the thing, like if you can knock it out of the park like in the 80s, then sure,
Right.
maybe you can pull into, even now.
Yeah.
But if you're not big enough, I think people just forget
The winner
you.
for this one is, once again, Rich.
Oh, wow.
Nicole Eggert checks in at $80.
Really?
$80.
Wow, okay.
So Rich got in.
Yeah, I think it's just because it's been
Yep.
so long. Not a lot of
Okay,
people even
okay.
remember her to a point with her
Rich,
stuff.
because you got it right, I give you a bonus question. You can also pay
Ooh.
money to chat with Nicole Eggert. I'm assuming the price
And
is
that-
per
that's a
minute,
scale as
but
well
I'm
depending
not
on the
sure.
person.
What is the chat price for,
Oh, per
for
message,
Nicole
maybe.
Eggert?
What's the what is whatever the bare minimum?
I don't know
is.
what the bare minimum is. And by the way, this one you have to get
Okay,
this
well,
one
then,
right.
Ugh. They're doing the 9 thing. I'll say 49 cents.
Oh, what?
Yeah, $5.99 is her chat charge.
Oh, per minute?
Really?
That cheap?
I don't know. It doesn't say.
That's
it's not
But see,
clear.
that's the thing is, I thought it was like per
I
message.
thought it would be more expensive than the pre-recorded.
Well, but my thought is that I send a message like saying,
And
"Hey, I love
then
you."
she gets a
show,
restraining
whatever.
order.
And then she can reply whenever she
I
wants.
thought it was a
Yeah, I
video
think-
chat.
This is more interactive, I think.
Oh, is it a video chat?
Yeah. All right.
Oh, I thought it was just
Rich,
like a text.
no, we're moving on.
Okay.
For Christmas time,
Yes, that's fine.
how much would you pay for Zach Ward? Zach Ward is the kid who played the bully in the movie A Christmas Story.
Jesus.
Oh man.
And
The
what
kid
else
who
has he done?
Ralphie beats up. I don't
Was
think
that
he's
it?
done anything else, Rich. If that's what you're asking. His
But still,
his
A
bio
Christmas
is
Story.
focused almost exclusively, I believe, on Christmas Story.
Is he's not the one that gets his tongue
No,
stuck
he's
in
the
pole,
one
right?
that
That's someone
Ralphie
else?
beats up. He's the bully that always jumps out from behind the fence,
Okay.
and then Ralphie
Okay.
beats up. Patrick, you go first this time.
I'm gonna say 1999.
All right. Patrick's in at $20.
No, I mean at 1999.
Give or
Oh
take.
my god.
Rich.
1999.
Ugh. I feel like this is one of those things where the internet could grab hold of it and go crazy with it. So I'm going to say 150.
Bobby.
I'm gonna say $20 exactly.
Oh.
Oh,
classic
no.
I
Price
was gonna say, yeah, that's the right move.
And sadly,
Oof.
none of you win this one.
Oh.
What?
The correct answer was $80.
Is
Oh.
No. How can
Yep.
he command $80?
You guys were all around it.
I mean, I probably
Okay. Now,
yeah. I think it's the same thing I said. I think the internet just took
Yeah,
it away,
that's a ridiculous.
this
That's a
random
ridiculous price.
character.
$80.
well,
I
the
think
next,
Zach Ward is just hurting for money.
this next one, I now
Well,
have put
I mean,
together a run
yeah.
of questions that I think Patrick will especially appreciate.
Hmm.
Old Saturday Night Live stars.
Oh God.
So how much would this old SNL star command? And we'll start with one of my favorites from back in the day, John Lovitz.
Oh.
Rich, you go first this time.
Oof.
John Lovitz.
I'm going to say
200
200.
from Rich. Bobby.
And I just think because of the big star
Um,
power
yeah.
bands, SNL.
First of all, Zach Ward, it turns out, was in the first Transformers movie. So
Get out of here.
there's that
Really?
for you, yeah.
As what?
First Sergeant Donnelly.
Oh, yeah, nobody. So Bobby,
Yeah.
back on topic. John Lovitz.
John
Guy
Lovitz,
who
John
died
Lovitz.
in the beginning. Yeah.
So Rich is in at 200 for John Lovitz.
$89.
Yeah, I don't know the way
$89.
in.
$89 from Bobby. Patrick.
I'm gonna say 325.
325?
Oh my
Hey.
god.
Well, I have to say that Rich, once again,
Jesus.
you came in at 200, Rich.
This is the
John
Gotham
Lovitz
quiz.
was $150. So Rich barely
Really?
eked that one out,
Yeah.
but it counts. Yep.
That's why you should also do, the not the 99s, because 50 would go up
Exactly.
I
and down.
think someone's
Exactly.
getting
So how
someone's
about-
getting a little bit cocky. I think that's why you should do the 99.
Bobby.
Yeah.
Bobby, how about SNL?
Well, it's
SNL
3 to
star
0.
Victoria Jackson.
Boy, I am looking at the movies she's
Yeah.
been in, and I haven't heard of a single one of them.
She did not make a lot of memorable movies.
No.
That's fair.
No.
No, SNL
Um,
was kind of her peak.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like it. Oh man, I mean, I'm surprised that she's done enough to be on Cameo. Looking at this filmography, but I'm gonna say $35.
Well, I think anybody can be
$35. Let
on
me
it.
say, Bobby, we will find much less accomplished people soon on the list. So
Okay.
you can do less and be on it. All right. So Bobby, you said 35. Patrick,
I'm gonna say 20.
20.
Yes.
All right. Rich,
I'm going to do
50.
50. I think it might be too low, but
Yeah,
I'm gonna do 50.
It's interesting to me that John Lovitz did so well for all of you guys, but Victoria Jackson did not. She's $125.
No.
She's about the same price as John Lovitz.
That's ridiculous. That is
Man.
ridiculous.
I was thinking about 100, but I thought because
Her first credited film on Google is an R-rated comedy about the AIDS crisis, and she commands $125.
That sounds about it. Yep.
Keep in mind, that's what she's asking. Nobody may be.
It's a good point.
You can all go to the web and check it out. All right. I believe, Bobby, you're first on this next one.
So
that
wait,
was nobody's win. So right now the score is Rich 3, Nobody 2, and zeros everybody
Everyone
else.
you.
Well, no.
No,
just know, Rich, none is only one behind you right now.
I was saying, there's been at least one or two that have been done, yeah, so.
All right, so Randy Quaid.
Oh, Jesus.
He was on Saturday Night Live as well.
Yeah. Oh, he's another right-wing nutball. Allegedly.
Yeah, so you gotta factor that
Why
number.
is that
He
alleged?
listens to the show and sues us. Allegedly.
Yeah, I think.
Oh.
Come on, dude. Think how much press that would get.
That's true.
It's not like there's much to sue.
Yeah.
Besides, it's protected by parody, right?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Parody. You
Sure,
call it parody
sure.
protected.
So-
Bobby,
We're
what's
going
the
to
number
court
on
with that.
Randy Quaid?
Randy Quaid. I mean, Christmas Vacation alone, Randy Quaid's got to command upwards of,
Oh, yeah,
of
people
200.
people
So I'm
probably
thinking
just want him to say, shitter's full. Yeah.
Shitter's full. Yeah, Shitter's
Yeah.
full is $350.
She's a beaut, Clark.
Yeah, like there's, yeah, he's got
350 from Bobby.
Yeah.
Patrick, what do you think?
I'm going to say 400.
400 for the same reasons.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, Rich.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's gotta be in that range. I'm gonna go 300.
You guys
Just
are
to be on
all
there.
so profoundly off. I thought this might be one that the nun would win. Randy Quaid comes in at $1,000.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
that's
Yeah.
clearly someone's inflated sense of their worth.
It's
I
what
would
he's-
say
all I
so.
know- all I know is
Allegedly.
that's what he's charging.
But
Allegedly.
you know what? I bet you there's
God.
at least like 5 people who have paid that just to have like, oh,
Yeah.
I was able to afford, his cameo or something.
All right, so how about we do?
Man,
I'm kinda
He was in
jumping around like-
Brokeback Mountain?
What?
Wasn't it Heath Ledger and Randy Quaid in Brokeback Mountain?
Oh, God. That's...
That would totally change the movie.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Different
sure it was
movie.
Randy Quaid and John
Different
Lovitz in
movie.
Brokeback Mountain 2, with a special guest star of Victoria Jackson.
You know,
Yeah.
it would be a lot of fun to do a show sometime where we take movies and we replace one of the stars and talk about how it would change the movie.
Ah,
Just a thought. All right, let's
Yeah.
move to reality stars now for a while.
oh, great.
Oh, okay.
Patrick.
Yes.
Chum Lee from Pawn Stars.
Oh, jeez.
Ah!
Yeah, he's on.
Oh,
Yeah.
This is gonna be great. Yeah, because the
Chumley.
show's over, I think.
I'll say 100.
Patrick, do
I'll
you know
s- Yeah,
Chumley?
I know who Chumley is.
100 bucks.
I'm gonna say $100 for Chumley.
All right. Why so much for Chum Lee?
Because the show's done, so I think he may need the money. And from what little bit I've seen of the show, he's very bad at judging the value of things. So I feel like he would probably misjudge his own value.
It could also be another.
If you
Randy Quaid
really need the
situation
money,
where he
though, wouldn't
feels
you
that-
go
yeah.
low? Like, if you desperately needed the cash, wouldn't it be like
Well, but
$25?
then you gotta,
Only if
you
you're
gotta
sorry.
balance the desperation with also the ego, and so you gotta kind of split the
Ego,
split the difference there. So I'm gonna go 100.
It's the desperation and the ego.
Plus, we're also talking about
100.
we're
Bobby,
talking
what
about
do you think for
reality
Chumley?
stars. I feel like reality stars would be low to begin with. So
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, I think that
Pawn,
makes
Pawn
sense.
Stars has been popular for over a decade. It's still running. I feel like it's got a lot of pull.
No, it's
Really?
show's been canceled.
yeah,
Not what
Because
Google
the
says.
shop-
Okay,
I thought I saw
all
something
right.
about the shop owner getting in legal trouble.
Well,
Allegedly.
Well, no, the original owner died, and then...
Oh, the original
somebody
owner
else got
died.
into trouble.
Okay.
Allegedly.
All right, so
I was gonna say, like,
Yeah.
I feel like the
episode
problem is Chum Lee is like third rate on Pawn Stars.
that's definitely
So-
true. So, Bobby, what's
Yeah.
your number?
He's gotta undercut the other Pawn Stars guys. So I'm thinking $90.
$90. Rich, what's your number?
Man, I don't know. I feel like that ego goes sky high with it. I'd say
200.
200.
Much too high. Bobby actually wins.
Oh,
Chumley charges
All
85
right.
bucks.
Oh,
85 bucks.
really?
Bobby's on the board.
I was so close
So
with
it's
my
now-
100. He prices righted me.
Yep. He did. Right now the score is Rich
Yeah.
3,
He's been doing that every
It's
time.
Rich
He's
3,
trying to just win.
nobody 3, Bobby 1, Patrick none. But the next
Yep.
one I picked specifically for Patrick. If there's any celebrity on the
Oh,
list that Patrick should be able to
is it
divine,
Hall or Oates?
neither Hall nor Oates is on Cameo.
Ah.
Otherwise,
Oh.
that 100% would have been Patrick's
Oh
Christmas
yeah, I
gift.
figured that would be on there.
There's no doubt. No, neither one. Not even Oates. I thought Oates was a sure thing.
I'm surprised they're not. Yeah, they don't need the money bad
they
enough.
are the top pop duo of all time, so I think they're probably doing okay.
Oh, let's. All right. So this is, but
Yeah, but I don't
all
think
right.
Hasselhoff
Besides
needs some
Hall
money.
and Oates, this is the one that if Patrick doesn't get right, I will be stunned because he's going to be more in tune with her than anybody else in the panel. Heidi Montag.
Oh jeez. Oh, the Hills. Oh jeez,
Who?
Heidi Montag.
You love The Hills. The Hills was your show back in the day.
The Hills was not. I watched the show ironically.
Yeah, whatever.
and
Yeah,
with
okay.
with a little bit of shame. Ironic shame is really what I watched the show with.
Yeah. Uh-huh. The
No.
I
it was there because there was no irony involved.
No,
No.
So Patrick,
Yes.
wait, it's Rich's turn to go first. Rich, what do you think Heidi Montag, former reality star from The Hills, commands?
Now
Was
she's
she
the main
like the-
star's
I didn't say she was-
roommate and best friend until they had a falling out
Yes.
and then they hate each other.
Oh, he watched
Because
it
Heidi-
ironically.
Heidi met Spencer
Don't
and
get me.
then
Oh,
went
is Spencer
bad.
on here? Spencer should be on
Spencer-
Cameo.
He
Oh.
is, but I didn't write down his number. I don't.
Oh,
I didn't want.
I don't know.
I didn't want
I
to
don't know,
give
I'm gonna
him
say
the, the credit. All right, so Rich says $100 for Heidi Montag.
Mhm.
Bobby,
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
Probably should have done 50.
I don't know. I have never heard of this
With the reality
person.
stars, it's so hard.
Right.
Because it could be up and
All
down.
right.
She was
So what do you
apparently
think?
in a sci-fi film earlier this year.
probably
I think $80.
$80. Patrick,
Mm-hmm.
here's your chance to bring it home, buddy.
yeah. I don't know. I doubt that. I'm gonna go. I'm going 1,000.
Oh my god.
Yeah. This is clearly when Patrick knows he's not going to win. This is where how Patrick starts
Yeah.
to play.
Right.
He can only play
He's
it
guessing
once.
ironically now.
And shamefully.
It was shame.
All right, the winner.
Yeah, the Patrick Hamilton story.
Oh.
Is that close?
The
Dude,
winner
is he
is
right?
Rich,
Is
who
he right?
actually Rich got it on the nose. $100.
Really? Oh,
Wow.
Yep.
Woo!
Yep.
That's
All right.
kind of a bargain for Heidi.
How about? All right. What?
Now, to be fair, I also thought I was
One
off.
more
I thought it was gonna be a lot
reality
lower,
guy.
Too.
Okay.
Danny Bonaducci.
Danny Bonaducci? He was in
He started
Partridge
on the
Family.
Partridge Family.
Yeah, he's not. I mean,
Yeah, and then he became like kind of a shock jock.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah. And then he did have the reality show. I can't
Yeah,
remember what it
so-
was called.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Looks like
I
it's
think he's
called
been on
Breaking
more than one.
Bonaducci.
Oh, there you go.
Back in Badushi?
No, Rich, I don't
So
think
is there
it was
nobody-
totally Bonaducci. I don't think that's what it was. Could have been.
Is there
but
nobody
no.
from Jersey Shore on Cameo?
There are, but I did not. The situation did not
Oh,
make
there's
the list
gotta
that I'm
be.
bringing today.
The
Okay.
situation The situation
I
has
know
to
the
be
situation
like
only
$500
because
at
I
least.
watched Jersey Shore, ironically.
And shamefully.
It was not ironic.
So,
No, it was shameless for sure.
Bobby, what's your number on Danny Bonaducci?
$50.
$50. Seems reasonable. Patrick.
See, here's the thing. You got to factor in, you know, is the Partridge Family pedigree means he's appealing to a wide
Right.
generation of people. You got the reality TV generation.
Yes.
You got your Partridge Family people.
I don't know who the Partridge
Then you've got the
Family
fact that
is.
Rich doesn't know who the
Exactly.
Partridge Family is, which sort of casts my entire plan into doubt here.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
But Patrick, how many things does Rich know when you make a reference to pop culture? Like, he only hits on about 5% of them anyway.
Yeah, but he's doing really well today, so I feel like
Yeah.
He is.
But this is
Yeah, it
the
is.
Gotham
I mean,
quiz
Patrick's
for
getting
Patrick.
skunked.
Oh no,
right
no,
now.
Allan got some of the Gotham
overthinking
quiz right.
already.
I don't think I've done that yet.
No, you-
Yeah,
we're still waiting for Patrick to
That's
get
a
on the
good
yeah.
board.
point.
This is Patrick and odds, except I'm apparently worse at this than odds,
Yeah.
which is difficult to understand.
So what's your number, Patrick?
I'll say 475.
465. All right, Bobby.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
I thought you meant $4.
Wait,
Oh,
didn't
wait,
I
wait.
already say?
Oh, you did. I'm sorry, Patrick. Do you mean $4.75 or $475?
I mean 475. Just let's hear what the answers are, and then I'll clarify.
There. All right.
Oh, I hope there's somebody who's got it's like
So,
37
Rich, what's
cents,
your number for
random
Danny
number.
Bonaducci?
$100.
$100.
I'm gonna go with the 100 again.
And you are not the winner. Bobby is the closest. It was $70 for Danny Bonaducci.
Oh,
All right.
Right, now we're going
Oh.
to enter a category that I call bad people.
oh.
I've tried to put some of these
Allegedly.
together. Like, you've noticed the themes in some ways. Now we're going to move to bad people. Bad person number one. Former
Allegedly.
NFL star Ray Lewis.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes, you can get a message from Ray Lewis. And by the way, that the NFL promotes that guy the way they do
Yeah.
should be enough to make everybody.
Yeah, I
boycott
mean,
the
it'd be
NFL.
like a
Anyway,
team drafting someone as a running back that was kicked out of the league for a time.
Do you know
I
what
mean,
drafting
or
means?
signing
means?
someone. Yeah, I meant signing. That's what I meant.
And this is why we never talk sports on this show, Patrick.
Yeah.
So, Bobby, what are you going to pay for Ray Lewis? Or what do you think people are paying for Ray Lewis?
I think $600.
$600. That is an indictment on Americans, broadly speaking.
Well, many things that I say are.
Yes, fair. Patrick,
50.
$50. All right. So,
50.
Rich, that is a wide swing. $50 to $600.
Who is this
Rich,
person?
Ray Lewis, former linebacker for the Baltimore Ravens, got in a good deal.
Oh,
of
wait a minute. Ray Lewis. Oh, Jesus. No. I was getting it mixed up with the running back. Oh, it's Ray Lewis. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, nope, I just screwed that one up.
Oh no! Now that we've confirmed that it's the running back,
Yeah, he
Do you
can
wanna
change.
change it?
Yeah,
You
but
can.
if you want to change yours,
What was Bobby's guess?
600,
I'll go 450.
50. Oh, 600. That's right.
450. All right, Rich.
I'm gonna say
200.
200.
And that makes me
I
happy,
think I'm actually
actually,
way high.
because the nun is back on the board here.
Oh, jeez.
Ray Lewis commands $300, so you
I
guys
was
are kind of all over the
I
board.
was so close.
Nobody got within 50.
Oh.
All right, here's another bad person. What do you think the going rate is for Ted Nugent?
Oh.
I thought you were going to say
I'm
Bundy.
The
I-
nude.
I put the come on.
Man, I would pay top dollar
Oh, Ted.
for a
Well,
message
given that
from
he's
Ted Bundy.
dead, one supposes it would be a pretty expensive message.
I know.
So, Rich, do you know who Ted Nugent is?
Pop his corpse up.
He did music.
Yeah, he's the
He did
right
music,
wing.
I think.
Oh.
He's the right wing guitar god from Michigan.
He was in Damn Yankees.
I remember he was called the Nuge or something.
Yep, cat scratch. You know what, Patrick? Of course,
what
you
is
would
that?
immediately locate Ted Nugent.
I couldn't
in
remember.
Damn
I couldn't
Yankees.
remember
That
what
is
his.
the-
I mean, obviously he had a solo career before that. I couldn't remember anything by him. I was getting him mixed up with Billy Squier.
Like Cat Scratch Fever.
Yeah, when you said that, I was like,
You don't know Cat Scratch.
I know Cat Scratch
Patrick,
Fever.
if Ted-
I couldn't remember Cat Scratch Fever.
If Ted Nugent listens to this and hears you comparing him to Billy Squier, he will literally hunt you down with his crossbow.
Yeah, that is true.
Allegedly.
No,
Oh no, that's not.
I think Rich, you can go
That's
first.
not
Ted
alleged.
Nugent.
I'm gonna go.
600.
I'm gonna
So you're
go
leaning into the
600.
right wing wacky kind of.
Well, I think because
Yes.
70s, 80s.
80s
Yeah.
music star, right?
Well, Damn Yankees would have been the 80s.
Oh yeah,
I'm
Damn
gonna
Yankees
say
is definitely
that
the 80s.
because of
but
that, like that's gonna carry him over. Yeah. But I'm gonna say that kind of fame is gonna carry him over.
What does that mean? Is there a number coming?
He said 600.
Oh, I couldn't hear you. All right,
I
600.
said 600. Yeah.
Patrick.
Oh, okay.
I'll go with 500.
You are all wrong again.
I
Whoa,
didn't even
whoa,
make
whoa,
a
whoa,
guess.
whoa, whoa, whoa!
Wait, Bobby
Oh,
didn't
Bobby
answer.
didn't guess yet? Bobby, go
didn't
ahead.
answer.
I
Bobby
think
didn't
350. 350.
Bobby, go low. Go, go way low, I think.
Is 350
Did
your
you not
number,
hear me?
Bobby?
350. 350 is my number.
$300. So Bobby gets
Oh.
a cheap one there.
Oh
I'm giving
no,
Bobby
I
half
was
a point,
already
and
I
I'm
was
giving none
already
half a-
zeroed in on that range.
The judge has spoken. Bobby gets half a point, and none gets half a point.
Whoa, what?
That's how.
Oh.
Okay, bad person number 3. Now this is a callback to a show we did fairly recently,
Mm-hmm.
based on a Netflix series.
Mm.
Doc Antle.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that's the other
the-
Tiger dude.
Doc
Tiger
Antle
King?
is from Tiger King.
Yeah, that's the other
He's the
dude.
guy that ran the Tiger Farm in Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, he's
He also had like 8 wives.
Yeah,
who were also his slaves.
he's the one that his animals are in the Ace Ventura movie. Yeah, his elephant. Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of his
Yeah,
animals have
really?
been used for Hollywood films. That's one of the things.
One of his claims to
Yeah.
fame. Doc Antle. So Bobby, you go first this time.
Yeah.
Oh, we can have this for an hour.
I wonder if his price has dropped in the past month or two.
He's run into some trouble in the last couple of months. But in America, does that drop your price or raise your price? It's hard to say.
That's a great question. I think $180.
180 for Bobby. Patrick,
I'm gonna go 140.
140 from Patrick and Rich.
I'm gonna go
Well, I
100.
am sorry to say that once again nobody takes that one. Doc Antle commands $250.
Huh? Wow.
Oh,
Yep.
Really?
All right, I've got
It's
one
close.
more from the bad person
Wow.
category, and then we're going to move to sports.
Okay, how many more categories do you have? We're already at an hour.
Oh, are we?
Yeah, we've been going quite a
I
while.
would
We
say
need to-
that
yeah,
we
might
are
need to
not
skip a
quite
couple.
halfway done with our
Oh,
list.
Jesus Christ.
Well, you're gonna have to
Yeah.
chunk.
Oh, we're going
for
chunk
Cameo
out and
Part
come back to
2.
it later.
We
for
could,
another episode.
yeah. All right, so let's do
Yeah.
at least this in the sports
Cameo
figures,
Part
and then
2.
we can talk about it. Somebody needs to beat nobody, because nobody's in the lead right
Yeah.
now. Final bad person.
Oh.
Andrew
Nobody's beating. It's really hard to
Andrew
get a reference.
Dice
a range.
Oh.
80s shock
Yeah.
comedian.
Oof.
I have no idea who that person is.
He was in A Star Is Born.
Yeah,
Is
he's
he
actually
still doing
He
that?
was
he's
in A
actually
Star
got
Is
like a
Born.
semi-legitimate acting career going, I think.
Well, I think he's one of those 80s guys that's had like a bit of a bump back,
Yeah.
that like second career cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he still the kind of like shock jock?
I
like,
don't
in persona.
Honestly,
like, not in
that
the
I
movies, but
do
like
not know.
in his life. I feel like that would be hurting him a lot more than helping at this point.
Well, Rich, go
price-wise.
ahead. You're speculating, so give it a guess.
Uh,
200 from Rich. Patrick.
200.
Yes, he's another one that
What do you
has
think?
like famous things people would want him to say, like Randy Quaid.
Right. That's fair, I think.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go.
And if he has a movie
450.
career, like he might even still be known.
Because he used to do like those fairy tale
Yeah,
jokes.
yeah. Well, he had lots. Yeah, Hickory Dickory Dock.
Yeah, yep. Yep. So 450 from Patrick. Bobby.
I'm looking at the pink tinted sunglasses he wears, and they say $100.
How much? You guys are
100.
you're on a bad streak right now.
Oh,
$299 for Andrew Dice Clay.
oh,
Oh no.
Yep.
Oh,
All right.
I
So
was
maybe I'll leave
close,
the
but not
sports for
enough.
next time because I realize I have two great 80s music references we could get in today. All right. This one's for Patrick, who
Yeah.
still
I'm still blinked. Yeah.
has been completely shut
this is
out.
a tough one.
Like he's
Yeah.
been. But now you got a chance. Paula Abdul.
Oh, Paula Abdul. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You caught it. Yeah, you said. Yeah, all I got was Allah
Yeah,
Abdul.
okay,
I'm
cut
like,
off
I'm
me
not
too.
familiar
So all I
with.
got was the Allah.
Paula.
Ooh.
Paula Abdul.
Now see that.
Her
Yeah,
sister,
oh boy, she
like
should.
the-
She should. Boy.
That's a lot of going on over
Well,
there.
she's someone that. I mean, she's someone that should probably. I would think so, but nobody's been up there in price wise.
She should be up there in price wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, Randy Quaid's
Well,
killing it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm Paula Abdul. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go 300.
300 from Patrick. Bobby.
Well, I don't know enough about Paula Abdul to get a good guess. And I do want to keep Patrick off the board.
You should just make
So
a
I think-
straight up guess, Bobby.
I think I'm going to have to go $300.01.
Hope. I guess Patrick has to hope that Paula Abdul is under 300. Rich, what's your guess?
You mean $299.99?
You're.
So that way Patrick can't
You know,
wait
I
unless it's
really
exactly
wish it
300.
were exactly 300 because that. Actually, that round
do
was
too.
so petty that nobody deserves to win. It was $200.
Ah,
All right, two more 80s music
Yeah.
references and we'll tally it up. Ricky Rackman. Ricky
Who?
Rackman was the host of the Headbangers Ball on MTV
wow.
in the early 1980s. Don't tell me you guys
What?
didn't watch the Headbangers Ball.
I did not watch the Headbangers Ball, but I have heard of it, and
No.
I do now that you mentioned him. I do.
Well, it only
I do
came-
remember Ricky Rackman. Yes.
It only started
Oh,
at
he was
midnight.
in.
All of the hair metal guys would make
He
fun
was-
of him.
Yeah.
Ricky Rackman.
He was in Plump Fiction, which can only have been a very serious film.
I don't think he was ever one to have a serious career. So, Bobby, you've done your research on Ricky Rackman. What do you think?
Oh man. $60.
Is there one where he pays? Is there one where he pays people for him to do
Nobody's
this?
guessed that yet, Rich, but who's to say? So Bobby says $60. Rich. 50
I don't
says
know.
Rich.
I'm gonna go 50.
Patrick.
I'm gonna go $49.99.
Yeah.
That is a
Oh,
really,
no.
really sound strategy. Unfortunately
Would-
for you, Rich, once again, has nailed it
Ah,
to the penny.
You gotta be kidding me!
$50.
Don't I get like?
Oh,
Now,
I was so close.
That's like the best I've done
Here's
all
some real
game.
claps.
Patrick,
Ugh.
And that's the
here's
best
the
you've
thing.
done is still lose.
We could play for another hour if you want to, but if you don't, if you wanted to end now,
Yes.
if you wanted to end now, here's what I think that's going to speak to you.
Mm-hmm.
Sebastian Bach.
Oh.
Sebastian Bach, lead singer of the classic hair metal band Skid Row.
Yeah.
18 in Life.
Yeah, he also had a
classic
multi-season
kind of-
run on Gilmore Girls.
I did not know that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But I never watched the
He was the
Gilmore Girls.
drummer of Lane's band.
Oh, really? The drummer of Lane's
I'm pretty
band?
sure he was drummer. Was he drummer? No, Lane was the drummer. He was, but he was in Lane's band.
Don't ask us.
Nobody here knows. All right, so Patrick,
Yes.
since you find yourself in a certain position in the game,
Yes.
I'll let you pick. Do you want to guess first, second, or last?
Oh, I want to be last. I absolutely want to be last. Dead,
Okay.
dead freaking last.
Who do you want to go? Who do you want to go first?
We'll let Bobby go first.
All right, Bobby.
Okay.
Sebastian Bach, Skid Row.
Ooh.
I feel like Skid Row commands a good deal here. I'm gonna go $250.
$250 says Bobby. Rich.
I don't know who this person is. I'm gonna go 500.
Why does he
because
sound
sounds
important? Because his last name is Bach or his first name is Sebastian?
His real last name is Birk.
The foot.
Okay. All right. Patrick,
The first
Yes.
thing, the Bach.
What was
thing.
Bobby's guess?
get it. Salvage a point. Bobby said 250.
Okay. And Rich said,
There's a just save.
I'm gonna go 350.
500.
350. And unfortunately, Patrick, I'm very sorry to say, things did not fall your way again.
Yeah.
Sebastian Bach actually commands $249. So Bobby was almost exactly
Really?
on the nose for that one.
Oh, I do love Skid Row.
So
I am. I'm shocked.
Well, this was fun.
So,
It's a great time.
Oh yeah, this is a blast.
Did you
I
win?
love
'Cause I'm
this.
pretty sure
Wait, let's-
everybody rolled
I love
over the
winning.
head.
Well, yes,
Mm-hmm.
you could argue that the nuns won with 7.5. I would be second with 5. Bobby 3.5.
wait, I'm going
and
to
then
count to
Patrick,
make sure the
unfortunately,
math
still
is
at 0.
correct. The nuns are at 7.5. Rich
Should
has
be
got-
7.
Rich has 5.
Or 8, and you were at 3.
No, no,
Bobby
no. I was already
has-
zeroed in on that.
1, 2. Bobby has 3.5.
Or 4.
And Patrick.
Mhm.
Patrick is. Let me
Or
go back
3.
and count that.
Yeah, get that slide rule out. Get that abacus.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Yeah, get-
that's gonna take a lot. That's
Patrick,
some serious
Get the
abacus
clicking,
work.
to count them all.
I am sorry to say that Patrick knocked out a 0. None at all. Now, Patrick, this
Yeah.
felt like a game that
Big
you would
old
do
goose
really
egg.
well in. Could you like let's do the post-match interview. What went wrong for you out there?
Yeah, I'm not good at this. This is like,
Besides
this feels like
everything.
it's more odds. It feels very close to odds, and we know I'm not good at odds, and so this feels very odds adjacent, and so.
Despite how much you love
Plus,
numbers.
I don't like the whole, capitalization of people. It feels kind of like slavery, so I think on moral grounds, I was just unable to do well, also.
And yet you participated in it nonetheless. You didn't make a moral stand against it. You did guess numbers about people.
Right, but I did such
just
a
guessed-
But
I did such a
ironically, with a
terrible
little bit of
job
shame.
that it was clearly ironic and thus undercutting of the system.
So you Patrick, you sound a little bitter. Are you suggesting the game was set up in a way to make you fail?
Well, now that you say it like that, I'm starting to think so. Yes. Did you? And for all I know, you were lying.
Why would you think that?
you were lying this entire time, and I actually won? So I feel like we need to have a recount of the votes. That I feel like the whatever machines were used to count the votes
you could
were
Google.
rigged. And
By Hugo
I
Chavez?
will take this all the way to the Supreme Court if I have to.
Okay, well, They have just done a recount, and the numbers stayed exactly the same.
Really? I didn't lose by more? Because I feel like I should have probably lost by more
No.
in the
Yeah.
recount.
So,
Patrick,
Rich,
have you tried stopping the count?
Oh, I should have. Yeah, see, I should have stopped the count halfway through. Yeah. Well, see, the problem is that I
still be at
never
zero.
had any. See, I should have.
Yeah.
See, I needed to like be ahead at a point and then stop the count.
You just
Thus, that strategy would not
needed
work.
to get one right.
I needed to get the
You need to
first
get
one
one
right,
right,
and
exactly.
then declare that they should have stopped. Yeah, I'm gonna have a press conference outside of the Four Seasons landscaping to talk about how everything was rigged. Yes.
Rich, on the other hand, besides nobody, I mean, nobody was the real winner today.
On a
But
lot of
You
levels.
did come in as right in a you came in a
As-
strong second
as
place. How do you
usual.
explain your almost like idiot savant approach to this game? Like, what made you so good today?
I might explain it with the arbitrary within $50 limit.
I will say no, and I will say that I simply embrace capitalism, and so it's very innate for me to put value
And
on
there's a
people's
joke
lives.
in there
You know they
somewhere
don't
about
kill
how
them,
you
right?
value
It's just-
yourself, but
it's
I don't
Well,
know
I
quite
mean,
how to.
I mean, we've
I don't know how
seen
to pull it off quite.
we've seen his embrace of capitalism when he has someone else buy his movie ticket and then eat another
Yes.
person's popcorn. Like, we probably
Right.
should never.
Exactly.
We never should have competed against Rich in a capitalist
accepted
game
that I have
because he
no
has clearly
value
learned how to work the
whatsoever.
system.
Right.
Well, he's
Or
not a-
producing an unprofitable podcast.
Oh
No,
no,
Rich is-
I fail
Rich
at
is-
the system all the time.
Rich is,
Yeah,
but
I
like,
failed the
his
system
entire
all the
movie
time.
behavior isn't capitalist. Like, he's a welfare stater. So, like, why he would do
Well, no,
so well
no,
at this
no.
is hard to
He
understand.
is like a senator in that he is, or a giant corporation in that he is exploiting the capitalist system at the expense of others.
Right, he's somebody who takes
Yeah,
but doesn't give.
he's like the Jeff Bezos.
I think he's more
He's the
like
Jeff-
a
He's the Jeff
moocher.
Bezos of movie mooching.
Okay, let's be honest. That's the first time Rich has ever been compared to Jeff Bezos. So,
Well,
Bobby, how do you
Al,
explain
compared
you being like warm water?
positively to Jeff Bezos?
Yeah, fair point. Fair point. Bobby, how do you
He's got
explain
more hair
being,
than
like, right
Bezos.
in the middle?
Well,
Bobby?
I think what?
How do you explain your like completely
Oh,
lukewarm
well,
performance?
I think that I know there were a couple times I was hurt by the within $50 limit, which was arbitrarily set at the start of the podcast.
And thus not arbitrary at all.
Or
Well, yes,
or perhaps
arbitrary.
one should not complain about the rules only after the rules have cost them the game. You should have registered your complaint
Well,
beforehand.
it does seem-
It
It does seem a little bit kind of pouty.
A little bit.
I think the binary win-loss scoring was a little flawed. I think I lost half a point because the quizmaster forgot who had submitted an answer.
Well, but that still doesn't get you past Rich. Like,
No,
you're
no,
doing-
but
you're-
it's lots of little things. They add up.
Oh, lots of little things add up. Got it.
I think I very well could have won.
All right, then finally to all of you, let's assess this because, like, as educators, we're big believers in the assessment cycle.
Are we?
This is totally worth doing
Oh,
again.
two of
right?
you.
I'm not sure. I'm kind of on the fence.
Yeah, I'm into it.
But the beauty of it is we got to talk about all of this old, great pop culture stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's what I forgot to talk about. Everybody you picked is from your childhood.
Well, yeah, that was the point. I wanted Patrick to be interested. It was my gift to Patrick, not my gift to you.
Right, but that's why I was so lukewarm. I didn't know half
Right.
of these
Well, and
people.
also, I don't like
He's
to.
the eighth.
And for me, I don't like to commodify my childhood, so this was very difficult
Sounds
for me.
like a good time to maybe.
Right. You're very anti-commodification.
This is true.
Well, about an
I don't-
hour
I
and a
don't- you know,
half.
my-
Now might be
Every
a good
Funko
time
Pop
to
you
maybe
buy,
end this
every
thing.
Funko Pop you buy is a spit in the face of
I'd like to point
commodification.
out, I have not bought any Funko Pops of childhood things.
Okay,
I don't have
Legos.
Funko Pops of Legos.
Hawkeye?
I don't have a classic Hawkeye. All of my Hawkeyes are movie versions.
Oh, that is such a dodge. That is such a dodge.
So if it's a modern rendition, it doesn't count as something from your
because
childhood?
that Hawkeye didn't exist.
Patrick,
also, they don't make a classic Hawkeye.
Oh my God.
Patrick, why do you keep all of the boxes from your Legos?
What do you mean?
Well, after you build a set, you keep the box, right?
Maybe.
And all the packaging, correct?
Yes.
Why do you do that?
Not really sure.
Thank you.
As a trophy of consumption,
that
perhaps?
would be the Lego itself, would be the trophy of consumption.
But the box is the distilled
Lego.
It's the distilled.
It's the distilled trophy of purchase and consumption.
Know what it is? It's that when I die and someone has to sell my Legos, they'll be worth more with the box, and so it's ultimately to benefit later generations.
So as commodities, they are greater.
That's right. They are worth more. Thank you, Patrick. I knew that you would eventually get to the right answer, and you have definitely gotten to the right answer, which is much appreciated.
But not worth more for me. No, it's worth more for my future.
They're not commodities. I'm just maximizing their value. They're not
commodities for me.
Patrick.
They're commodities for those that will come after me.
Patrick. Do you realize, Patrick, that you could have stopped your explanation at 3 or 4 different points and been perfectly clean, but you just kept talking. You just wouldn't stop until you eventually got.
Well, but
it's spectacular.
But it was about it's something nice that I'm doing for whoever inherits all of my stuff.